What's going on, everybody? It's WebsterStyle, Brian Sapph here with another edition of the NRW Checkpoint. Brian, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, man. I cannot complain. We've gotten a lot of news this week. Hopefully, this whole Microsoft Activision thing is done because it was interesting for a while, but after a year and a half, I just wanted to be over.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
So we'll see what happens in the next couple of days as far as that's concerned, because I heard the FTC is trying to appeal, and I don't know how much you kept up with it, but listening to everyone talk about what the FTC said in the case, I sit here and said, I'm not a lawyer, but that sounds dumb as shit.
Yeah, the FTC has been making I don't know, they've been making a lot of claims that just don't make sense.
Yeah.
They sound out of touch almost.
Exactly. They sound out of, that's a perfect way of saying it. And I just cannot believe some of the arguments they tried to make with this, and the fact that no one is going to be hurting with this deal. With, from regards to the video game business, as far as monopolies and people being too big. I'm like, video games don't work that way.
Yeah, and I feel like that's where the disconnect is coming in.
Yeah,
they are trying to, instead of understanding the actual gaming industry, they're trying to look at it just as a capitalist industry as a whole, which that's fine, but there's also other things that you need to take into account, because the game industry is not like other industries, so you kind of have to keep those in mind, or keep things like that in mind as you making the decisions. And I don't think the FTC is doing a good job at that.
But they supposedly want to appeal, but they got until supposedly they want to appeal, but they don't think the appeal will happen before Microsoft and Activision can actually finalize the deal, because I think they have until the 18th of this month to finalize any sort of merger. So we'll see. I guess another 6 days from the time of this recording, we'll have some kind of end all be all to this whole situation. I just wanted to be done from a, can we talk about something else, please? Perspective. I also wanted to be done because I want to see what games end up in Game Pass, because let me tell you, before we get on, I was scrolling through Play Anywhere games on Xbox. So these are games that you buy them once, you can play them on your PC, your Xbox, so on and so forth, right?
Right.
And Call of Duty Black Ops 2 was there. 360 game. Activision is still charging $50 for a 360 game.
Which, and are the servers even still functioning for that? All right.
I don't know, but I thought, first of all, y'all smoking crack. Second of all, I said, this is exactly why y'all in the situation that y'all in, where you need to get bought out because you keep making dumb business decisions like this.
I agree.
Third, I thought, in about 6 months' times, that'll be in Game Pass. So I don't have nothing to worry about. Not that I'm a Call of Duty fan as it is, but if I ever wanted to play it, it would be in Game Pass after all this. But you're really charging $50 for a 360 game?
I feel like, I don't know, something about Activision, just as a company as a whole, I can't quite figure out what their strategy is as far as the way that they pursue money when it comes to games. See, it's like, why would you do that?
That's exactly it. This is the thing with Activision. They get good stuff, like they get games. And then they ran them all into the ground by constantly putting out new versions of them. We saw what happened with Rock Band. We saw Guitar Hero. Did Activision do Rock Band too? No, that was EA with them. Anyway, we saw what happened with Guitar Hero. We saw what happened with a lot of other franchises they've had. And then Call of Duty, they didn't kill that, so they made everybody work on Call of Duty, so they can't do anything else for the most part. So it's, it'll be. I'm interested to see when it's all said and done, what kind of restructuring is going to happen as far as the development. Because unfortunately, there are people going to lose their jobs. That's just going to happen. Realistically, it's going to probably more so marketing and more the corporate side of things, not so much development, because that's what happens in these mergers. And I don't think Microsoft is trying to get rid of any of these studios because they want what the studios make.
Right.
But it'll be interesting to see what kind of shift happens internally in Activision after the merger. And then unfortunately, we won't see any real fruits of that, I would say at least 4 or 5 years from now. So we're talking about maybe really, God, it's 2023. So we're talking about 2027, 2020. It is so weird saying that. It is really weird saying that.
Right.
But yeah, it's a long game as far as this is concerned. So I'm interested in see what happens and what kind of changes happen with that. But we can talk about that for a while. We got some new games to talk about this week.
All right.
First up, we have Mordhau. I think it's what he said. It's on the PS4, 5, Xbox One S and X. It came out on PC last year. It's an action game from Triturnion is the developer publisher. So Mordhau is a multiplayer medieval slasher where you create your mercenary and fight in brutal battles where you will experience fast-paced combat, castle sieges, cavalry charges, and more. And apparently it's up to 64 players at once.
Oh, wow.
Right, exactly. So I'm assuming there's crossplay there. We shall see. But on the side note of that is actually when I was doing the research, is on Steam right now, at least for the next 48 hours.
Right.
It's only $7.49.
Okay.
So if this game is something that interests you and you're watching this, I don't know, this may not be up in time, but it was on sale if we got it up later. But check it out though. It looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, it sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Any game like that can handle that amount of players on the screen at one time, I'm always intrigued by, because there's so much you can do like with that kind of ingenuity.
Right. Exactly. All right. Next up, we have Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals is on the PS4, 5, Switch, PC, Mac, iOS, and Android. I was surprised there's no Xbox, specifically because the first game is on Game Pass. So that's
maybe later.
Really weird to me. Adventure game is from Night School Studios and as a developer and publisher Netflix. So that may be why it's not on Xbox, but we shall get to that next. So the premise of the story is 5 years after the events of Oxenfree, Riley returns to her hometown of Kamina to investigate mysterious radio signals. What she finds is more than she bargained for. Now, I bring up the Xbox thing because the first one is on Game Pass. Well, this is a Netflix game, which means that you can play it as part of your subscription on your phone. This is why we have the iOS and the Android ports of it. So maybe they're like, hey, it can only be on one game subscription service. I don't know. I thought it was kind of weird. It's literally on everything else except for Xbox, considering the first game is still making them money.
Yeah, it's either that or I don't know. Does Microsoft have a competing streaming service?
Yeah, Game Pass.
I mean, like
movies?
For Netflix.
No. It's just weird since it's everything else. But maybe it can strike a deal. It's just down to dollars and cents.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. Next up, we have Gravity Circuit. It's on the PS4, 5, Switch, and PC action game. It's from Domesticated Ant Games as the developer and PID Games as the publisher. Gravity Circuit is a flashy, action-packed 2D platformer in the spirit of classic consoles. Follow Kai, a lone operative war hero who harnesses the mysterious powers of the gravity circuit on an adventure in a futuristic world inhabited by sentient robots. And we are definitely watching the trailer for that after that kind of description.
Yeah, I was just about to ask because that one, just something about it kind of sound like Spyro, Sly Cooper kind of situation.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see like the gameplay for that.
Okay. And last this week is another short week. I don't know. I guess we've hit the summer doldrums.
Yeah,
Well, that makes sense. We got what now, August, and then we'll start seeing games really come out like late September into October, going to the Christmas holiday. Makes sense. But last up is a game we've talked about a lot. Exoprimal is on the PS4, 5, Xbox One, SX, and PC. Action game from Capcom. Exoprimal is an online team-based action game that pits humanity's cutting-edge exosuit technology against history's most ferocious beast, dinosaurs. Excuse me. So I am looking forward to this one. As you know, if you guys have been watching this, I've made no bones about the fact that the whole premise of this game really interests me.
Yeah,
I played the beta, and it's on Game Pass, so why not?
Right. The only thing I'm like, I wish it was free to play, but other than that, I'm very interested in it as well.
Yes.
Oh, we got a trailer.
Yep. So next up, we have the trailer for Exoprimal. And I think this is, I don't remember if it's the story trailer or the suit trailer. I think it's a story trailer.
Okay.
Space-time distortions. There's still puking out dinosaurs all over the planet.
So, Bikitoa Island's been sealed up for 3 years and Ibius won't own up to Leviathan's malfunction?
Can you address the reports of exofighter patrols on the island?
Reports of exofighter patrols are simply untrue. IBS is committing all possible resources to the investigation.
Exercise results logged. Sunsetting temporal instance.
Come on back. Drinks on me.
There are hundreds of exofighters running around out there. Everyone's armed, and nobody knows what'll happen next. 1 minute, they could be helping you. The next minute, they're shooting you in the back.
You need to keep fighting until we can figure out how to destroy the Leviathan. It's trying to build stronger exosuits, so it's pulling any exofighter in their house back into these warbands.
Like it or not, the exosuits keeping us alive out there.
But the more we use it, the more it helps Leviathan.
Well, that's not an option.
So one way or another.
Valued team members, prepare for dimensional integration in 10 minutes.
You stay alive, man. Only you.
If you give an AI like Leviathan the directive, improve our exosuits, it has to complete it. It doesn't matter whether that takes 100 tries, million, all for the perfect suit.
More than that.
But at least do me the courtesy of looking me in the face whilst you do it.
Okay.
I'm
very intrigued now.
Back to middle, full wrist articulation. Then we do the reverse. Begin.
What the hell are you guys doing?
It's a secret robot handshake.
Good morning.
Okay. Cool. I guess I kind of see now why it may not be like free to play. I seem like the story mode is a little, has some depth there.
Yeah,
kinda
that's a lot more depth than I've seen before.
Yeah. Kind of remind me of Titanfall a little bit.
Yeah.
Like
I can see that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am as well. I'll let you know because I'll be playing it this weekend, hopefully. If not, or during my upcoming adventures, if you call it that. I'm definitely taking my what's the thing called? My phone clip, my controller, and I'm playing on the go. So
okay.
So
all right.
Next up, we have Gravity Circuit.
Okay.
I get shades of Ninja Gaiden, I get shades of Contra, the level design. Sound effects.
Okay. You know what? I gotta get back into side scrollers.
Right.
But that one looks really cool. It's really made me feel like nostalgic as far as, I mentioned Mega Man. I also see like elements of Sonic in there and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's such an homage to those 2D 8-bit games, not just a platform. Like I said, I got level design like Contra, a couple other games came to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Mega Man definitely, especially with the upgrades and whatnot that we saw in the trailer.
Right.
Yeah, this looks like definitely something that's going to be fun to play.
Yeah, and because of the style of game it is, I could see that coming to the PlayStation Plus fairly quickly.
Right.
So I might be able to get that for the free.
All I thought was that looks perfect for the Switch.
It does. Wait, we there, right? It's on there? Is it on there? Yes, okay.
Yes.
Fantastic. Now, ain't no free when it comes to the Switch.
No, nothing's free on the Switch.
Yeah, they're not giving that away, but looks like a good game nonetheless.
Right. All right, and last of our trailers this week, we have Oxenfree 2.
Riley?
Oxenfree.
Can you hear me?
Jacob, 4 hours ago, a cult opened a portal above Edwards Island.
Riley, yes, but are we really the ones to do something about it?
Have you seen anyone else around? We've been all over. We've seen different timelines, gone back to the past. We're alone. There is no one else.
Riley, I like this little animation style. Wow.
I'm intrigued.
Me too. I want to understand what the hell going on.
Yeah. See, I don't know if you can see on this. Nope, you can't see. Up right there.
Go.
Oxenfree 2.
Okay.
So,
and that's on the passive game.
No, that's on Netflix. That's your Netflix. Yeah, Netflix lets you.
Where the hell is my
play
phone?
Games?
I didn't know that.
I've never done it.
Okay.
Because I'm not a mobile gamer like that. But if you're interested in playing this game and you are not looking to purchase it for one of your consoles, you got your phone, you got Netflix, you have the game right then and there.
Definitely. That's a little cool little time passer, and it looked like it got a nice little story to it. I'm trying to see what they're talking about.
Exactly. Makes me wonder. I might have to get into the first game now, just because it's on Game Pass.
Right.
But that's it for our games this week. Brian, what's going on with you?
Put out an episode, Talk+Play blerdcast. This today. Yeah, at that time of recording. So it's out already. Got into, the things that have been dominating the headlines over the past week or so. I've been sick, so I haven't been paying attention to much, but I was able to laugh at Kiki Palmer's boyfriend and his, feelings towards things. We had some music come out that I was interested in. Uzi, he put out the Pink Tape finally. games been quiet summertime, so not much to talk about there. But TV side of things, I watched I Am a Virgo. I believe me and you talked about that briefly. I watched the full season. I will say it's really good, and I think you will like it, Webster. Okay. If you are you familiar with Boots Riley, correct?
Yes. It's
his show.
Okay.
So just think, sorry to bother you, but like a television series. Gotcha. It's really good. A lot of social commentary in there, like mixed into, what would you call it? Blerdom, I guess, because he's like really into comic books and stuff. So he takes those things like from X-Men that you might be familiar with and sticks it in there. But that and My Adventures with Superman is really, really interesting.
Okay.
They've made an anime based on Superman. It's really, that's really how I can describe it. But yeah, just talking about those things in the episode. So pretty much it. What about you?
Okay. Well, I just dropped 153 earlier this week. And my audio interview with Zerla Skies is there, talking about Star Trek Strange New Worlds. And the fragrance for this week is my impressions of Aqua de Jo Parfum. So that's WebsterStyle, is on YouTube, is on Spotify, all those places you podcast. Also, my video interview with Rod Faulkner from Ion Sci-Fi podcast drops today. So that's on YouTube also. So a lot of good things going on there. And as far as that Kiki Palmer thing,
what's up?
His main problem is that he said he spoke in public instead of speaking to his woman directly about his feelings.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's my only issue with that. Like, why are you putting your family business out on the street? If you feel that way, then you talk to her when she get home. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right. Or if you want to address it in public, then be honest about what it really was. It wasn't no damn outfit. It was the fact that Usher was serenading your lady in front of all the people. That's what it was.
See, it's the problem with,
but
it's the problem with people. They put too much of their personal business on the internet and feel like they can express themselves, and then when it comes back to bite them in the behind, it look like, but I didn't do nothing. Yeah, you put all your business out on the street.
Exactly.
And that was Homeboy's problem, and that's what came to bite him in the butt.
I agree.
That's just my opinion. But anyway, we ain't Kiki's boyfriend or baby daddy, however you want to say it. We are Nerds Who Rule the World. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at the NRW. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at New Release Wednesday. And of course, you're currently on YouTube, so make sure you like, follow, and of course, subscribe.